Hello students, Standard 8 English Medium. Chapter 11, we learn about the different type of forces, contact forces, non-contact forces also. Contact forces mean those forces which need to be in contact. When we want to apply that force, like muscular force and frictional force. And the non-contact means in which we don't have to be in contact directly, like magnetic force and electrostatic force and the force of gravitation. Now, force of gravitation means Earth is giving an attraction to all the substances towards it. But actually it is not only the property of Earth, but it is the universal. Means in the world, every object doesn't matter whether it is a small or big or heavy or light, they exert a force on each other, and that force is known as the gravitational force. Now in this session we will learn about the pressure. So what is pressure? How to measure the pressure? What is the unit of pressure? That we will discuss in this. Now pressure means sometimes we know that when we apply force exactly from up to down, means we are forcing. When we push also, sometimes it is known as pressure. But now what actually pressure is? Look here. In class 7 you learned that strong winds during a storm or a cyclone can blow away even the rooftops. Now also you are aware of that the cyclone was there in the West Bengal, and maybe you have seen the pictures and the videos that it was very strong. All the trucks were also down, and then it is because it have too much force, and the rooftops also sometimes can be blown away because of the wind. You also learned that the winds and cyclones are caused by the differences in air pressure. Maybe you learned that in the geography about it, that when there is a pressure difference between the two places, then what happens? The air moves from the place which has more pressure towards the place which has less pressure. So if there is a big difference, if there is a small difference, then the wind is going very slowly and it will not destroy anything. But if the pressure difference is much bigger, then the force of the wind, speed of the wind also very high, and therefore it can blow away everything that is coming in the way. Similarly, if you take a nail and try to push it in the piece of wood, then what will happen? Now there are two ways. That suppose this is a nail this is the pointed part and this is the blunt part. Now if you try to do with the blunt part or the pointed part, in which it will go easily? Obviously when the pointed part is. So when you put the pointed part here, then you have to apply the force with either with the hammer, or generally other things I can explain you very easily. Like in the school we have bulletin boards outside the class, in the balcony or somewhere in the gallery, for some notice on the notice board also. Then to stick the paper on it, we have to use that board pins, drawing pins, like rounded, and then there is a small pointed part there. Then what do? We take the paper, put it there, and then take that pin and press it with your thumb. So if that pin is sharp, it can go through it and we can hang that paper. But if that is blunt, then it will not be. Why that is? That we will learn slowly. Similarly, if you try, go to the kitchen, take 2 knives, one blunt and one very sharp. Then try to cut the vegetables one by one with the knife. Then which knife can cut the vegetables easily and using less effort? Obviously, that knife which is sharp, whose edge is very sharp, it can cut the vegetables very nicely and easily, and you don't have to use your much force. But if the knife is little blunt, then you have to use more force to cut the vegetables. So here it is all because of the pressure. So now what is pressure now? It is to understand now. The force acting on a unit area. The force acting on a unit area is known as pressure. Pressure is actually a force, but when it is applied on the area, then we have to find the pressure, force applied on a unit area. Unit area means that area we have to divide by area. Means unit force is equal to, pressure. Pressure is equal to force divided by area. So unit area, if it area is in centimeter square or meter square, whatever is there, means in 1 meter square how much force is applied, or 1 meter square, 1 centimeter square area, how much force is applied, that is known as the pressure. So what is pressure? Is actually the force acting on a unit area is known as the pressure. So as I tell you, pressure is equal to force divided by area. So when we measure the force, when we find the area on which the force is acting, then that will give you the measurement of pressure. So at this stage, we consider only those forces when act perpendicular to the surface. So here in this chapter, we have to learn that when that force act perpendicular. Generally, maybe you notice, as I explained you that also, that when you apply the force to fix that paper on the bulletin board, you put your thumb exactly at 90 degree and then you press. You don't do like other way. You have to do exactly 90 degree. So generally, if you want to press here also, you see that we are pressing it exactly at 90 degree. Then the force will effect very nicely. Therefore, here we have to consider that in this chapter that the force are exactly perpendicular to the surface on which pressure is to be measured or to computed. Now, have you seen when you go on the railway station? On the railway station, when we go, we see some that porters with red clothes. They are carrying the luggage on their heads. Then I hope you have noticed that things. That generally what did they do? They take a piece of cloth, and then they make a round like that. They will put that one on their head, and then on that they will take the bag or the big luggage. Why they are putting that? Maybe you have noticed that the vegetable vendor, that ladies, શાકભાજી વેચતી બધી સ્ત્રીઓ તમે જોતા હશો કે when they also bring that basket, bamboo basket on their head, before that also they will do that like that. They will put that one first on the head, and then on that they are putting it. What is the reason why they don't put it directly? That also we have to learn that, because when the area is bigger, if the area is bigger, the effect of force is getting distributed, and if the area is smaller, then all the force is coming on that one single point, and therefore the effect of force will be more. So when they put that bag on that things that make it here, and then what is it name? Maybe there is some name special. In Gujarati I know the name Indoni, right? But I don't know in the English. So they make like that. Why? So that the area, because here if they put all the weight, all the force will come on our head, and then it will be very heavy for him. But if they put that here, then the surface area is bigger now. When the surface area is bigger, then the force, pressure applied is distributed over this area, and therefore that effect will be less on his head, and he will not feel much heavier on his head. Similarly, that vegetable vendor ladies also put that to prevent from the more force on their head. So that is the reason why. Another thing also, let me finish that one also first. That when we try to put that blunt pin in the wood also, it will not go easily. Why? Because when it is blunt, the surface area of that cut part will be greater like this. But if it is sharp, the area will be small. You can see that if it is sharp, the area is smaller, and therefore when we apply the pressure, all the pressure goes into one point, so it can affect more. But if it is like that, blunt, then what will happen? That force applied is distributing over the more area, therefore it won't go easily. Similarly, when we cut the vegetables also, you will see that when you have to compare two knives, take one blunt and one sharp, then you will see, you have to notice the edges of that also. The blunt will have the thicker surface, while the sharp one will have the thinner surface. Why? Because on thinner surface, when we apply the force with our hand to cut the vegetables, all the force come into the smaller area. So if the area is smaller, pressure's effect is more. Area is bigger, pressure's effect is less. And therefore, the things must be sharper when we have to cut or that things. So sharp knife is very, very necessary to cut the vegetables very, very easily. So, as I told you, that the area is in the denominator, and we know that when denominator is bigger, then the fraction is smaller. What did we see here? The pressure is equal to force divided by area. So area is in denominator, and we learn in the mathematics also that when the denominator becomes bigger and bigger, the value of that fraction becomes smaller. And if the denominator is smaller and smaller and smaller, the value of the fraction will be bigger and bigger. So they are in the inverse proportion. They are in the inverse proportion, you can say that, because it depends on the area. Area is bigger, less pressure, and area smaller, then the more pressure. So if you want more pressure, you have to be the area smaller, and therefore that nails, that the knives, they are very, very sharp, so that area can be smaller. And when they put that on the head, that time they are making the area bigger, so that pressure can be less. So we have to remember that area bigger, less pressure, area smaller, more pressure. So one is more, then the other is bigger, smaller. and other is smaller, then the other one is bigger. So it is like in the reverse order. Now here we learn about that pressure on that people have the small effect. Can you explain now why shoulder bags are provided with broad straps? When you take your backpacks in your school, at your school, or whenever you go to the trip also, generally we like to take that backpacks. Now, have you ever noticed that backpacks handles are thicker, not the thinner? Why? Now you can easily explain me that also. Why? Because when the bags are very, very heavy, and if we have the less straps, then what will happen? All the pressure will be on the same strip, and then we will feel it very, very heavy. But due to the broad strips, what happened? The area is bigger, and as I told you, if the area is bigger, pressure is less, and we will feel less pressure on the shoulder. But if you will see that when the strips are very thinner, then you will feel more pressure on your shoulder. And therefore generally nowadays you will see that, you will notice your bag also, that the strips are very, very thick so that it can be less pressure on your shoulder. Similarly, the tools which are meant for cutting or piercing, whatever tools, like to cut the cloth, the scissors is used, or the knives are used to cut the papers and some things. So everywhere, when there is the tools which used for cutting or piercing means to make the holes in it. We can't make the holes with the blunt things. It must be a sharp things. So now you will understand that why the things which are used to cut or for piercing, must have the sharp edge or that thing. And that is the reason you will understand very properly now. Now here we learn about that the solid things are exerting pressure. Here whatever we talk, all was about the solid things. Means when you put the pressure with the hand or the bag or whatever is there, the strap bags or the knives, everything. Here we see that the solids are exerting pressures. Now we have to learn about that what about the liquids or the gases? Do they also exert pressure or what? That also we have to understand now. So now pressure exerted by liquids and gases, that we have to understand about it. That do they also do like that? I mean, are they also exerting pressure or what? For that we can manage an activity. What we have to do? Take a transparent glass tube or a plastic pipe. What we have to do? We have to take a tube, either the glass or the plastic tube, hollow tube, and then what we have to do? It should be about 15 centimeter in diameter, should be 5 to 7.5 centimeter. I mean, not so big pipe, only that we can handle in our hand. So, and it should be of 15 centimeter length. Also take a piece of thin sheet of a good quality rubber, say a rubber balloon. So you can use a nice quality rubber balloon, not the very thin one, otherwise it will be broken very quickly. So now you have to take a piece of rubber, a nice quality rubber, or you can use the rubber balloon also. And what we have to do? We have to tie it at one of the end here. We have to tie that piece of rubber along the one side of the pipe. So now here there is no water, nothing in that tube. So that the rubber balloon will be there. Now what will happen? Hold the pipe at the middle, keeping in a vertical position, and ask one of your friends to pour some water in the pipe. Now you have to hold it from the here and hold it vertically, means not like bend, exactly perpendicular to the earth, vertical. And then tell one of your friends or somebody else to pour the water in it. So you will see that when there is a small water here, little water here, then the balloon will start bulging. It will go bulging. It means that due to the pressure of the water, it will be little bigger. If you add more water, it will become more bigger. If you add one more water, then it will be bulging like that. So as you throw more and more water, you will see that here you can see the difference in the two pictures. Right? Here you can see that there is little water, so only small bulging you can see that. But when the water is full up to the top here, then you can see that that balloon is bulging more. Why? Because the liquids also exert pressure. If liquids are not exerting pressure, then doesn't matter how much water we put in here, it will not bulge here. But as we throw more and more water in the tube, you will see that it is bulging and bulging bigger and bigger. It shows that the water also exert pressure. It means all the liquids can exert the pressure. And it is not only in the one direction, but it will do the pressure in the other direction also. And about that we will learn in the next video. So if there is any problem, any difficulties, any confusion, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.